Elden Ring is not fair. Over 500 maidenless hours. Elden Ring is not fair. Countless deaths. Elden Ring is not fair. Input reading. Elden Ring is not fair. Undodgeable attacks. Elden Ring is not fair. One-shot grab moves. Elden Ring is not fair. Immeasurable despair. Each battle its own challenge, an internal war to face the inevitable, death, life, and repeat, holding yourself to higher standards when the enemy is spewing poison to rot your insides. Honorable fights where swords clash and blood is shed when you know you're outnumbered. Blow for blow, you throw your hat into the ring because you hope to stand on the shoulder of giants when your opponent towers as a Goliath over your minuscule stature. Elden Ring lords call for nobility and honor-bound men and women, but when facing the odds that are stacked against you, Elden Ring is not fair because you bear the mark of a tarnished. Whatever the hell that means. It's cool. I'm pretty sure I've met YouTube's time frame before I can start hecking up this script with naughty language. Hey, Roger's son here. No wait, I read that. Anyway, this game is wiggity whack, son. And I have some bitch complaints about it. As you could probably tell from the start of the video, this game makes an old boy feel some kind of way. A way that only my 6th grade teacher could make me feel back in middle school. I miss you, Miss Parker. So frustrated at all this work it's making me do. But why my PP hard? Most of us Souls-like incels praise the game for its deep and convoluted lore. But goddamn, brother! I've never had to break open ye old thesaurus to the encyclopedia for the manual on this bitch. Honesty here. Being a video game nerd was actually something you had to work hard to be. Now there's people out there like Vadi Vidya to spoon feed me the lore via IV drip. And for the edgers out there, people like Lore Mommy clickbait us but surprisingly actually offer a real benefit other than just another thirst trap. But I'm not one of the people out there that was upset on the fact that Cockring didn't win Best Game Narrative. The story is just the equivalent of icing on the cake, like when you accidentally touch the brown eye after dropping the fattest mixtape on SoundCloud, then proceeding to flush and wash thy hands. Hygiene is very important, young gamers, because E. coli is a what was I on, Abu? From Soft Games, stand out because of the magnificent gameplay. Seriously, I have not been this addicted to a game since I saw my first online titty. COD might be an all-time most potential waster I've played, but Souls-like makes me feel like being maidenless is a badge of honor. Weird way to admit my inner incel. Only admitting that this game is a 10 out of 10 wood finger butthole again is like showing you a donkey with a toilet plunger suction cup to its head and calling it your mother a unicorn. Because there's obvious flaws to the system that I have no credibility to call out. I haven't achieved my quota of deceptive hidden path ahead messages in game just yet. With only 500 some ish hours, I'm just a wee little laddie. Might not even be a real Souls fan, to be honest. Like I said in the beginning, input reading, undodgeable attacks, or extreme millisecond frame timing ultra instinct level attacks, supersized dump truck bosses, button press not reading, or the opposite, pressing a button just for it to form a queue along with the other panic rolls just so I could roll off the edge of a boss fight in what appears to be Mike Tyson Fury punches that never run out of stamina. Like seriously, the first time I popped this bad boy into my Game Boy, when I faced Margit, I could not for the life of me avoid getting clapped each time. Now, I see him finger his butthole, then proceed about my business. But then I see certain hostile NPCs that I just kiss my ass goodbye whenever I encounter them. Why? Because Elden Ring is not fair. There's no first time encounter balancing in this game, in my unprofessional opinion. If you really want it to be fair, you'd start with the wretched class by default. The game never states that you're a certain player class. You're just some dude that got banned into the Shadow Realm. But because mommy and daddy are having an epic Avengers level threat of a divorce, you're fighting for custody and you have to play power of attorney. Oh yeah, something about a Nuva ring being broken and having to see Murray to find out who the real daddy is too. But enough of most American marriages. So for the purposes of my confirmation bias, I will use Google's definition for fair. Fair is defined as adjective, impartial and just, without favoritism or discrimination. Adverb, without cheating or trying to achieve unjust advantage. Does that sound familiar? Whether it's bosses reacting to me reaching to pull out that healing flask out of my pussy, being oversized to having some movesets that are plainly just unblockable or hard to predict. Combat skill is taken out of the equation and becomes more of a dance of how many times will I die to this man's before my ultra instincts kick in. I can see someone arguing that is the skill portion, the game teaching you how to get folded into the laundry basket till you memorize the waltz of a boss fight. That's where the crutch of my argument is. Yes, you can hold your own and very valiantly take the boss head on, breaking down every little detail of how that specific zodiac moves and predict the next lunar eclipse so that when Uranus is in retrograde, you can go in for that 100-point damage for the next 10 minutes because that is fair. Or how about using summons to stack things more in your favor? Whoa! What are you, a game journalist? You think FromSoft games are meant to be played and enjoyed by everyone? Only the gayest of gamers could ever enjoy this lore-deep and fruitful game of Elden Ring. Just get good. Never use any of those pathetic easy mode spells or OP Ashes of War that are so overused. Mimic Tear, Rot Breath, and Rivers of Blood combo? Feeling daring today, aren't we? Condescending thoughts like this have affected the way I enjoy my game. I want to be good at games, even when they bring no benefit to my person. I'm not a streamer, I'm hardly a YouTuber, just another NPC. I get it though, seeing the same build everywhere does get stale. But that's my point, Elden Ring is not fair. Most bosses have position-based attacks that react what feels like immediately on the first frame of a move. They tower over the player and just yeet all around the screen. Like, what in tarnation? Why are y'all zooming like this is not even your final form looking ass? Bro, I'm running out of screen just to have it followed up by the most delayed attack. Then, to add insult to chicanery, you bounce to the stratosphere, looking at me like I'm the dumbass that ran away. So I hoof it on over, but by the time I reach you, I'm out of stamina anyway, and you're already on the other side of the area. So, what is a young gamer boy to do? Quit. Give up. You're obviously not good enough to play this game. You didn't spend $60 on a video game. You spent $60 worth of reasons why you should have never bothered with these
foolish ambitions.
If I had to guess what Miyazaki wanted the main theme for what the original Dark Souls to be, I'd have to say it was perseverance over adversity, and all stories come to an end. With Elden Ring, I say it's the same message, with some strawberry milk mixed in just to make things a little spicy. But most of all, to win at all cost, because Elden Ring is not fair. Sum it away, my child. Elden Ring is not fair. All my homies love Moonveil. Elden Ring is not fair. Cheese that boss. Elden Ring is not fair. Farm runes? Sorry buddy, I don't speak broke.
Give me them runes. Give me them runes.
Elden Ring is not fair. Nothing in this world can take the place of persistence. Talent will not. Nothing is more common than unsuccessful men with talent. Genius will not. Unrewarded genius is almost a proverb. Education will not. The world is full of educated derelicts. Persistence and determination alone are omnipotent. Calvin Coolidge, General Sam. One last thing I want to say before I go. This is not a review. I'm just some random cunt with OBS installed on his geriatric PC. It's been screaming at me this whole time to please put it out of its misery. I'm not a writer. I'm hardly literate. The last book I read had 4 pages and more pictures than words. I'm not ashamed, yes I am, to admit it. I stuttered through the whole thing. But you could probably deduce that by the incoherent ramblings of my scatterbrain. I'm doing it again. To the point, Elden Ring is not fair, and I'm tired of pretending it is. So, onward, lie, glitch, and steal. Obviously, as long as no one is doing anything to hurt their fellow gamer, I say it's well within its limits. Fuck you, Melania.
Bruh. Nope.
The mark of a true